Welcome back to the Live with Miri segment of the League of Gluten Free Adventurers. I'm so glad that you're here today. Let's see. What is today? Today is Friday, November 10th. Ooh, and I'm meeting an hour earlier because it seemed like a good idea at the time. I don't know. We'll see if people like it. Um, yeah, gorgeous autumnal day. I'm absolutely loving the weather here in the Pacific Northwest. I hope that you are enjoying the weather wherever you are too. And let me know what your weather looks like. Drop it in the comments. Let's have a chat. So let's see, who am I? For anyone who does not know me already, my name is Miri Pizann. I am a gluten-free coach. And I've been gluten-free for about a decade at this point. And I remember what it was like at the very beginning. And I tried all the recipes and they never came out. And I felt like I'd never have good bread again. And I felt like I couldn't hang out with my people anymore because they always wanted to go to restaurants that I couldn't eat at, or they wanted to cook and I certainly couldn't eat that. And it was just so frustrating and heartbreaking all the time. And I have come through the other side and I have figured it all out. And so I know that it doesn't have to be like that for anyone. Even if you've got multiple food allergies, we can still figure it out. But you know, like I'm here to help you. I want you to be able to experience a life where you just feel normal again, you know? So that's why I'm here. And this week's topic, what I wanted to talk about with you today is being brave when you just don't want to. Now, you might have noticed that I call this the League of Gluten Free Adventurers because I do think that this whole thing is just a giant adventure, right? And it's going to have its ups and its downs, just like any adventure. There's going to be villains, there's going to be heroes and mentors all along the way, just like any other adventure. And it just so happens that all of us here are on the adventure of going gluten free in a society which really doesn't support it, and like working through the feelings and working through feeding yourself safely and deliciously because it is totally possible, right? But like being gluten free in Western society, it is not for weaklings. You need to have a tough skin and you need to be ready for anything all the time. And that can be really tiring. It can wear you out, and you just don't want to deal with it anymore. And you just wish that things could go back to the way they used to be. And we all know that they can't, not safely, not if you're being responsible with your health. It can't go back. So you got to figure out a way to go forward, right? And so what do you do when you just can't anymore? You're tired, you're hurt, you just can't put one foot in front of the other anymore. And, you know, I'm going to tell you my truth, which is don't stop, stay home, don't go out, you know, but do it purposefully. Do it to take a rest. Do it to replenish yourself. Do it with the intention of regaining your energy so that you can get back out there and you can start taking care of yourself out in the world again, right? Every adventurer needs a break. You need to stop and rest sometimes. That is how the world works, People sleep at night or whenever they sleep, and everybody sleeps, and we all have growing times and fallow times, and you need to give yourself a chance to replenish because the adventure that we're on is not an easy one, right? There's a lot of obstacles and there's a lot of working through emotions involved. So get your rest. You're probably burned out. If you're feeling like you can't move forward, that is your body, your brain saying, You can't. You're going to hurt yourself if you keep going. So take a break, do what you need to replenish. And I'm not even going to throw ideas out there at you because you know what makes you feel good. You know what makes you just smile in your heart, right? Do that. Find a way. And if you can't do that, if you are physically incapable for whatever reason, do it as close as you can. You are worth taking care of yourself. I want you to sit there and hold that thought for a minute. You know, you can even put your hand over your heart and say, I am worth taking care of myself, which is not something that we hear very often, is it? But you are. You're worth it. Okay. And I want you also to remember, like, you are not doing any of this to be dramatic, to get attention, to be a burden. You know, you are here because you have a medical condition and you are learning how to care for your body with that condition. Okay. You're not being precious. You're not being entitled. You're not doing it so that somebody will pay attention to you. You are doing this to take care of yourself, and you are worth it. And, you know, find a way to give yourself a snack that you truly love. You know, not something that'll just feed the motion, and not something that like will feed the body without feeling. Feed your soul, it, whatever way that looks like. And if you can't do it, get as close as you possibly can to it. All right, make the effort, give yourself the care that you need. Mm. Especially as we're heading into the holiday season, like, you know, here in the US, Thanksgiving is coming, and that's a high stress time under the best of conditions. And now here we are doing this wacky adventure on top of that, you know? So give yourself space, give yourself time, remember to breathe, and know that you're not alone. We're all here with you. All right. So that was my speech for today. And I wanted to move into the Q&A section. So if anybody has a question, feel free to drop it down in the comments. I'd love to chat with you about whatever it is that you have questions on. And in the meantime, I also want to answer one question from the mailbag. Ashley asks, I would like to find some good baking recipes. Oh, my dear sweet Ashley, wouldn't we all? Okay. Don't we all? Okay, so I have so many resources for you, and we've got paid ones and we've also got free ones. And the thing about, so the thing, here's the thing when it comes to free versus paid. I think that the free recipes for professional food bloggers, professional recipe developers, I think you absolutely should be trying out all of their free recipes. Okay. Because you need to know whether you like the stuff that they make, whether you like their palettes. But at the same time, they offer free, they offer pay recipes also. And some people offer it in the form of classes, some people offer it in the form of a cookbook or a membership or whatever. Okay. And so if you can support your favorite food blogger in some way, you know, you could use the affiliate links on their blog or whatever. What you're doing is telling them, you're helping them to continue this work. Because recipe development, like, there's a reason that I didn't go into recipe development. I really, it's a lot of work, and it costs a lot too. And so absolutely take advantage of the free recipes, but then also, if you like their stuff, I strongly recommend checking out their cookbooks or memberships or whatever. And the other part to remember is that they save the good ones. for pay, like the really good ones. So if you like the free stuff, you're going to love the pay stuff. Okay, so anyway, who are my current favorite food bloggers? Number one, and a lot of people have already heard me talk about her, but I am a big fan of Chef Alina. And she just did a challenge. If you go over and look for her group, which is Gluten Free Baking Secrets and Tips and whatever, she's got a challenge that's still posted through Sunday. And but she also has a blog, chefalina.com, and she is wonderful, right? So yeah, check her out. And she used to own a bakery, like a mainstream bakery, and I believe she had like she owned a bakery and a restaurant, and she had award-winning recipes. And then went gluten free, and so now she's converting all of her recipes, her professional recipes, to gluten free. So I strongly recommend checking her out. Becky Excel is over in the UK. She does British bakes and fake away really well. So if you're in the US, you might need to do some conversions on her free recipes, like on the blog. But you can look this up. Google is your friend, and you can also ask me. I'm happy. You can ask her too. But you might need to do some conversions. It's fairly easy to look up how to do that. And her recipes are definitely worth the extra effort. Okay. So both of them have tons of free recipes on their blogs. Becky Excel, I think, is gluten-free cup of tea, something like that. But fabulous recipes and fabulous free ones. But she also has some really excellent cookbooks. And like I'm a fan of the gluten-free bake. No, I'm a fan of the Great British Bake Off. And as an American, like I haven't seen a lot of the things that they're like, oh yeah, banoffee pie. And I'm like, the what now? And you can get recipes for all of that from her blog. So you can find out what it is that they're talking about and then make your own and, play around with that. So there's Becky Excel. And then my third one is I love Bakerita. I'm pretty new to her, but I am thoroughly enjoying what I have found. And oh my God, her brownies are so good. So good. Now, her recipes are all paleo, which is an ideal match for my personal needs because I'm gluten-free, dairy-free, and low glycemic. And so all of that is part of paleo, and then also soy-free. So those recipes are really good. She has free recipes on her blog, and also she has the Bakerita cookbook. So what I'm going to do is down in the comments, I'm going to drop you the link for where you can find all of their stuff. Okay, so that's down there in the comments, and take a look at the link, and that's one link so that you can find all of the stuff that I've just talked about. But like really, these are all wonderful food bloggers. I highly recommend them. So I think that's everything that I wanted to share. Oh, I do have, so next week I will be doing my roadmap to gluten freedom masterclass again. That will be at 1 o'clock Pacific time on Friday. So this time slot right now. And oh my gosh, come sign up. It'll be so much fun. We'll hang out. We talk about like all the parts of being gluten-free, not just the food, but like how this affects your family, how this affects, your friends, and like how this affects your own emotions, right? And how you can work what you need to work through all of the stuff that's getting in your way so that you can get to a place of gluten freedom, right? And deliciousness, right? Because like this is totally a thing. So I'm also going to drop some more information about the roadmap to gluten freedom down in the comments. So there's that link too. Okay. And that's everything that I have for you. I'm not really seeing anybody else commenting. I don't see any other questions. So I'm going to assume that you're all good. You've got everything that you need for this week. You are ready to go. All right. So fabulous, fabulous. Take care, everybody. Have a marvelous weekend and a beautiful rest of your Friday. And just remember to keep reading your labels and to stay strong. And if you can't be strong, go home and take a break. All right. Take care.